70th minute. The 70th minute was the first time we had a shot on goal. The 70th minute at Ibrox against a team that will probably get relegated. A team that Russell Martin, the kind of team Russell Martin said he's watched since January. He knows how these teams set up. Yeah, and then he's saying after the game that Dundee surprised them. Also, two of his comments, I've written them down just to make sure great. He's not surprised at the result, and at least we didn't lose. Now listen, see if this was like 5 games to go in the league and we'd fallen away. That's words somebody working a ticket says. Why did he think that was a clever thing to say? I mean, he's clearly an intelligent man. That's not what you say. You do not say that thing to football fans. Now, I didn't. When I say I didn't want Russell Martin, it wasn't I didn't want him. I just didn't expect him to come to be the choice. If you know what I mean. Maybe that's the same thing. I don't know. But some of the words coming out of me yesterday and the words that people are saying on the page, I mean, everybody's valid. But say, we're a work in progress, we're a work in progress. You know something, and I'm going to let you into a secret here. You're allowed to win games when you're in a work in progress. You know what I mean? We should not be waiting to 70th minute to have a direct shot on goal against Dundee. I didn't like criticising Aaron's. He was poor. The fact right here, the first half was kind of all rightish. I remember looking up at the clock, and it was 11 minutes in. Sorry, excuse me. And I thought, right, okay, they're a bit sluggish to start. Then they did kind of slightly get a bit better, but then Dundee had done their homework big time against us. I mean, and people are saying it's a low block, the 10-man defence. Why do other teams manage to get round the back and score goals? Like I say, I don't watch Celtic games, but they seem to be able to do it. You know, Aberdeen last year were a work in progress. They had some mental run, didn't it? It was like 12 games, 15 games without losing or winning. All right, they fell away. Yeah, here we are in a build with arguably, supposedly the best players in the league, some of them, and we can't do the basics. It was slow. We've got two wingers there who we have seen can do magical things. Get the ball to them and let them run at defenders. If they get the ball taken off them, the chances are the ball, if it's rare, now think about this, when a tackle is made, that the actual person that makes the tackle keeps the ball. It normally shoots off elsewhere, out for a throw-in, or there's a bit of a free ball. A lot of the time, somebody will probably correct me on that, but you know what I mean. Go run at them. If you lose the ball, fair enough. There isn't one person watching this here or at Ibrox or watching it in the telly yesterday would have an issue with that. Run at them. See the ball taken off you, so what? Go and get it back. You know what I mean? I know Joe Rothwell's getting a bit of grief. I'm all right with him. I thought he wasn't too bad yesterday, but Raskin starts from now on. Raskin was man of the match yesterday. He came on. Remember, I can't remember. It wasn't long after he came in. I thought they're going to score here. Dundee were charging forward. Raskin come back and he actually took the ball off the boy and ran forward. There to contradict myself. But there's no excuse for that yesterday. The work in progress. Aye, we are a work in progress. That doesn't mean we drop points. Go and win games. You know, I mean, it's... You know, and I'm going to get pelters for this one. Maybe the shirt is too heavy for a lot of them. And do you know who maybe it's the more... do you know who the person... The whole Rangers thing might be a bit too heavy for is Russell Martin. Now, I know I may probably jumping the gun. I'm trying. You know what time is it? It's 11 o'clock in the morning. So I've been home since 9 last night. You know, and I always make sure I do the day after, not to react. But they've just annoyed me. There's not one single excuse. Dundee's goal, where I was sitting in the governor ear, the Sandy Jardine ear. You saw there's two men unmarked. We saw it. The guy next to me said, "Look at him! Look at him! Look at him!" You know, they took the free kick. The boy nodded it over. And the other boys, and let's be honest, it was a great goal. Both of them were unmarked in our 18-yard box. You know, and you know, we got the penalty and all that, and there was intensity. The sending off was stupid. There was no need for him to do that to him. Let him run through. Try, you know, if he scores, he scores. But at least we'll get 12 players on the pitch. And he also, when he's running through, he might miss. Or the keeper might have saved it. I mean, of all my years at Irish, that's the first time I've seen a sending off, I think, a straight red, and everyone was like, that's a red, you know. But this isn't a good start at all. There's nothing... This Europe... See, I've said before, I've said in the page since it started, Europe's a perk. Listen, the Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday nights are brilliant, but this is our bread and butter, you know what I mean? Why can't they do it? And it's the same old, it annoys me how Russell Martin has said, I've watched every game since January. But you didn't know that was going to happen. You're supposed to be able to counter that. every Rangers team, every time I've been at Ibrox for 45 years, every team bar the usuals have come up and set up like that, and we win games, we win 9 in a row. Every game at Ibrox, like 9 in a row, that's what we were playing against. But what we did, we were fast getting forwards. You know what I mean? Getting the balls into the box. We lost goals. We won games 1-0, but we knew how to win. This team do not know how to win. They do not know how to win when the chips are down. And this is 2 games in, league games in. And I tell you something, Ibrox is going to be pretty hostile the next home game. This isn't nice at all. I know people are going to say it's a building process. Again, as I already said, that's fine. I know it is, but can you actually go and win some games when you're doing this building process? The first game of the season of the league against Motherwell, there is a bit of all right. First game, fine, but not that. That was absolute crap. That was crap. Cowards. We need a striker as well. I'm a Dessers fan, but I've said on here since this all started, I want him as a squad player. He works hard and all that, but he was offside, and he was offside. And let's be honest, the penalty was pretty soft. But I can't. Somebody help me here, man. Is there an end game here? Will we get better? You know, because I said last year on the page, actually, I want to see Rangers play football and win, and people are, oh, no, I get quite a bit of abuse, and it was right, I've got no issues with it. See, we just want to win ugly. We can't even do that, it seems. You know what I mean? It's pathetic, man, it's pathetic. You know, and that's a game that wasn't really, that's Dundee at Ibrox, you know, that's a game. You've got the fans behind you, because Ibrox was jumping, the Union Bears had us going, and it was just... It's hard to know what to say. You know what I mean? People say I've seen it, the gaffer should be sacked and all that. You've got to remember, if we were to sack a gaffer 3-4 days into a season, nobody's coming near us because they're going to think, oh, if I lose a couple of games, I'm out of job. He's here for a while yet. It would take us not winning our next 4 or 5 games for him to be punted, but he ain't going anywhere. You know. I mean, who's going to come here if we get sacked after 4 games? Because I saw somebody say last night, why aren't we going for a big manager's name? Well, the big manager's names, we can't afford them. Well, we could afford them, but he's not coming to the Rangers. They go to the European big leagues. I mean, even the English Championship, they'll head there before Rangers at the moment, maybe. It's just so frustrating. We just hope Aberdeen can do us a favour today, you know. I mean, the one thing about that game, and I hate talking about those teams, Aberdeen will be up for this today because they'll now see second spot. You know what I mean? Because that would be their. They would love to do that because you know that's their championship, that's their league titles, finishing second above us. It's just soul destroying, man. Because I put my bet down as 5-0, and I knew it would be 5-0. I wasn't sure it would be 5-0, but I did it just for a laugh. You know, because I'm not a big gambler. When I put a bet on, it is always a bit silly. You know. But I thought I did not think for 1 second it would be anything but a win. And well done, Rangers. You've let us down the last 14 years, and it's still happening. You know what I mean? It's just... I'm just glad. I'm just sitting in the house now. I've got to clean the house because I'm selling it next week. But oh, man. It's soul destroying, man. Absolutely soul destroying. If you've watched this far, sorry, because there's nothing... I can't take any positives from that. There isn't a positive. Raskin come on and did all right. And we're forgetting, they should have been 3 up. You know, 78 minutes till we had a shot on target. Cheers.